Each will be 5 to 7 minutes. Please welcome Monica.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning.
When you plan something that is down to every last detail, whether it be an event or a birthday party or even something at work, a particular conference or something of that sort, and it doesn't go as planned. I have a great example of that, and that would be with my wedding. My wedding day was a perfect example of that. I planned every detail of my wedding. First, we arrive at the church, and we are all getting ready. Myself and my bridesmaids are in the nursery, and we are all getting ready. And my sister-in-law, Becky, which is my matron of honor, is all dressed. She opens up the box of her shoes, and she is freaking out because there's not a right and a left. There's two lefts. And she looks at me, and for me, I want to tell her, I told you to check your shoes 3 months ago. I told you to try them on for this exact reason, because who wants to wear a brand new pair of shoes for 8 hours right out of the box? No thank you, right? But instead, I go, nothing I can do. A little bit later, I am fully dressed in this beautiful white dress. Got my shoes on, my hair's done, makeup's done. Sitting in this rocking chair. My guests arrive and waiting for my time to go down the aisle. And my mom bursts in and says, "The photo montage is not working. The music's not going." And my response, "What do you want me to do? I'm sitting in a white dress back here. I can't do anything. Sorry." My bridesmaids have now gone down the aisle. My last bridesmaid, then the doors close. And I am standing here with my two flower girls. My niece Julia, which is 4 years old, and my husband's niece, Monet, which is 18 months. Well, Monet's parents have been working with her to, throwing things out of the basket to get her to go through that part, learn all about it. And here her mom has now just gone down the aisle, and she's freaking out. She's having a hard time. She's crying. She's starting to wiggle around. I'm like, oh, okay, let's not do this. And so I just start playing with the flowers with her. Well, so the doors open, and here goes my flower girls. And Julia is so excited. She's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. And Monet is. And picking them all up. And Julia is having a really hard time with this. I'm like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to pick them up. Everybody is cracking up because here's this little girl that's doing a great job cleaning up. Cleaning up. Not quite what her job was as her parents were hoping. And to that, can't do anything about that. I'm now standing at the altar, right across from my husband-to-be. And our pastor asks everybody to bow our heads and pray. And so I put my hands down and I'm praying. And he says amen. And I look up and there's music playing. And there's not supposed to be music playing because that was not part of the rehearsal. And then all of a sudden my husband's hand comes up and he's got a microphone. This is also not part of the rehearsal. And then I realized that the song that is being sung is one of my favorite songs. And I also of course I start crying. This was not part of the plan either. I didn't have any tissues. And just one of those things that after the fact, it was like, what am I going to do? There's nothing I can do. It was beautiful, by the way. Not a dry eye. It's now time for the rings. And our pastor asks my husband for the rings, the best man for the rings. And there's kind of this wrestling around, not sure what was really going on at the point in time until after the fact. And so Ben, which is the best man, looks over at the next guy, and there's 5 of them. Looks over the next guy, and they all start just kind of like, do you have it? I don't have it. I don't know what's going on. Well, the very last guy, which is my husband's brother, Brian, pulls out of his pocket a Cracker Jacks box. And so he taps on the guy on the shoulder and hands it forward, and then grabs it. Okay, so they pass this Cracker Jacks box up through all 5 guys, gets to Ben. Ben taps on Brent's shoulder and hands it to Brent, and Brent grabs it and says, seriously? Like, are they? So he opens it up, and it's Cracker Jacks. The whole box is full of Cracker Jacks. It's like, are they seriously in here? And they were. They had nicely gone from the top all the way down to the bottom. And so then they don't know what to do with it. So of course Ben starts shoving Cracker Jacks in his tux pocket. Again, there's lots of laughter within the whole church as this happens, and we finally get the rings. And it's one of those things that you just go, again, not planned. That day was awesome. There were so many beautiful things that happened that day. There were so many amazing moments. And a lot of them did not go as planned. And my mom still to this day will come up to me and say, if you only knew half the things that went wrong.
Oh, jeez.
And my response to her is, the outcome was still the same. I still walked down the aisle. I still said I do, and I'm still in love with my husband today. Thank you so much.